Business Now. Let's now take a look at some of the top business trends likely to make headlines this week. A recent Moody's report shows that several major sub-Saharan African economies, including Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa, are being hit by high borrowing costs over the past 5 years, and that's driven by inflation, policy weaknesses, and limited access to cheap capital. And the likely effects on Uganda and similar economies, there'll be high interest rates on loans because the businesses in this country, especially SMEs, the cost of borrowing could increase, squeezing margins or making some investment projects uneconomical. Analysts have also pointed to tighter fiscal space because governments may face more expensive debt service, reducing ability to spend on infrastructure, social services, or even subsidies. And lastly, credit availability may shrink. We are following reports that Coca-Cola Beverages South Africa plans to lay off over 600 employees as part of restructuring effort. This is why this story is attracting our interest, because it's a sign of cost pressures in manufacturing and consumer goods sectors. Restructuring of large firms like Coca-Cola shows that employment risk is present, especially in sectors exposed to cost shocks. And back home, this could be the same thing. We may see upward pressure on wages in some sectors, but also job loss risk of companies cut costs or shift production. Lastly, the British High Commission is still celebrating its first anniversary of the British Chamber of Commerce in Uganda, held on Thursday, September 18th, 2025 at the Sheraton Hotel in Kampala. We'll bring you the highlights. This cocktail reception and dinner was organized by the British Chamber of Commerce to mark 1 year since its official launch in August 2024, with strong support from the British High Commission in Uganda. The event functioned as a key networking and business discussion platform, aligning with the Chamber of Commerce's mandate to foster UK-Uganda trade and investment ties.
Such a beautiful advocate for business, private sector, because ultimately world is, I know it's diplomacy, development, but without business there is nothing. And business is not politics. And it's very nice of you to spend so much time in what matters, but also that all of you matter. Your own collaboration is amazing. The board is doing great work. But we've also benefited from the many partnerships that we have built.
We supported our members with things like visa guidance that we don't pass on to the wider world. We joined forces with other chambers for post-budget breakfast, many other issues. And I think we've really built a reputation as a serious player in Uganda's business ecosystem. If you're not a member, join us. If you know someone that's not a member, invite them. Bring your ideas, bring your energy. Let's make Uganda and UK, make that link as strong as possible and help your businesses and others thrive.
This is Business Now. Now on to our rundown. We begin at the Red Sea, where I sit down with Aboubaker Omar Hadi, the chairman of the Djibouti Free Zones and Ports Authority. He outlines how Djibouti's strategic ports, railways, and air-to-sea cargo links could transform trade for Uganda and other East African countries like Rwanda and Kenya. And after Mr. Hadi, we also held an exclusive interview with Chief Executive Officer of the Air Djibouti, Abdurrahman Ali Abdullahi, who directly challenged the Uganda Airlines and the Chamber of Commerce to launch cargo flights to that country and unlock the potential of Uganda's on-demand fruits, vegetables, tea, and beef products.
We have signed a corridor management agreement called DISU, Djibouti, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Uganda. So the road is already there. There is some missing segments. I think from Ethiopia, Nizantafere to Kabiota in your country. And then when we reach Kabiota, we can reach easily Uganda. Myself, I have been in Uganda since we are trading and we are our geographical position with Asia, Europe is very, very important. And that's a game changer. If we build that corridor, Desu, if we build that corridor, is a game changer for the trade of South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Uganda. Ethiopia is already here.
There is a big opportunity here, and as we know, Uganda is an agriculture's country. There is a lot of fruits and flowers, and even the meat, we can take it from there to Djibouti. All the foreign militaries, actually, they are taking the food and the fruits from Bahrain or sometimes from Uganda. Why? Okay, so airport is a prison also. Imagine your cargo when he come from China, 3 weeks, to the prison in the port. This port is for Ugandese land. And they bring the cargo to airports. And from the airport is a prison.
Thank you very much. Best up. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Keep on your support.
In agriculture, we spotlight a young Ugandan entrepreneur making waves in food processing. Nana Namuli, the director of NAPAS Agro Processors Limited, shares her story of adding value to local produce while competing against heavily capitalized foreign companies, showing how homegrown innovation is rewriting the rules of agribusiness.
Personally, I started out as a farmer, a fruit farmer in Luero, and after trying to sell the fruits to multiple places, we realized that we're not making enough money. So we decided to add value. That is by extending the shelf life of these fruits. So in so doing, we came up with a juice product called Snap Juice. And yes, just like you can see it, we have the mango, we have pineapple, and we have mixed berries. So we process different fruits. We work with farmers, and when the fruits come in, we peel them and help them to make juice. We blend the juice, it goes to the blending tanks. This is a syrup melting tank, because we add sugar to bring back the sweetness, because we have to add water. Then we blend through all the pasteurizer, the chemicals to preserve. It goes through the blending tanks, and then we use a UHT sterilizer. This is it. We use, all the water that we use here is treated through a reverse. This helps us to prolong the shelf life. Right now our juice is at 6 months. If you are making it at home, it wouldn't even stay for 2 days. But here we pasteurize it, and it gives us a shelf life of 6 months. We stabilize it. We have what they call stabilizers to make sure that it does not, when you put it in a glass, it does not sink, and that's called stabilization.
Yeah, down at them.
And then we pasteurize it.
Do you know some of your clients who say, I can't take juice with preservatives?
In all honesty, having preservatives in juice is not bad as people assume. Yes, people think that every chemical is bad, but it's not. These are food-grade preservatives. But when you try to do, like with UHT sterilization, you eliminate some of those unwanted preservatives. So we end up using things like stabilizers, and then we pasteurize. It starts here. We make these bottles here in-house, and we have a team that's just then we just register them and they supply us. These are from areas of Nakasongola, Luwero, Masaka, Kayunga, and we intend to expand to the rest of Uganda. We are currently working with around 500 farmers that give us mostly pineapples and mangoes. We work mostly with women and youth farmers, and we try to give them a fair price on top of trainings on how to give us the best quality fruit. Now for like mangoes, we are using Senna mangoes and apple mangoes. That's what gives us the best quality juice. So our biggest expense is packaging. That is the bottles that we pack them in.
And that's the only problem that we have always had in
Yes.
this market.
That is our biggest. If we are selling the juice at 1,500, like 40% of our production cost is the package. Every bottle we put the digital stamp manually because we do not have the machine. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So you surprised it is your
Yes.
okay, it does.
So this actually delays our process because we have to put every bottle manually. Among other challenges, we have the power challenge. We have planned outages. We have outages that happen when we're in production, and it will require us to use a generator, and that increases the production costs.
And on Tech Now, we take you to Kampala for the launch of the Hisense 116-inch TV, already being hailed as the digital blackboard of the future. We also report on Hisense donation of 50 smart TVs to public schools, opening new frontiers in digital learning to Uganda's children.
First of all, looking at the trend within the electronics market, of course, we have smart gadgets that people do own currently. And you've seen the breakthrough of AI, which is artificial intelligence that people are jumping onto and all that. And of course, we saw an opportunity to see that we can bring that to our local communities, given the space that we are looking into digitalization. Now, when you look at the electronics market, of course, I won't break down names. So we started off small a bit, yeah, and the aggressiveness pushed us, bringing in new products to address different needs of our local communities. Of course, we're not looking at just the screens, we're looking at the entire home space, addressing different scenarios for our people, whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's in the living room, for those who love gaming. We're trying to bring all these electronics, appliances, to address all those needs within those different sectors, yes, in those different scenarios. And of course, we worked through 15 years now. Actually, that's our existence in Uganda. But of course, on a global scale, Hisense is over 70 years. Yes, and we've managed to position ourselves as the leaders, coming third place globally. But in Uganda, we hold the place of #1, given the numbers, in terms of sales values, brand recognition and all. Yes. And of course, given that it was even the first Chinese brand, at the time it opened in 2009, it was tough for us. But we didn't look at the name or the origin of the product. We looked at the opportunity to address the needs that the people have in Uganda and move fast in delivering these products.
That's it for this week's edition of Business Now. Remember, you can catch the replay every Friday on NTV Uganda and stay connected through our NTV Uganda YouTube channel. Subscribe, ring the bells, join the conversation online, and follow me on @X @Marco Musime. And Business Now is also powered by Absa Bank, your partner in bringing possibilities to life. Don't miss their latest campaign on playing your cards. It's just concluded, but you can benefit so much from it.